on major issues in India. Thank you for being here. Please share this video. Please tag your friends. Please retweet. We want as many people in the world to watch this as possible. Let's get started with a special video from the ground in India. Great is doing amazing work in 11,000 communities today. We're so delighted that all of you are joining us from all over the world today on May 5th for Giving Tuesday Now, a new global day of giving and unity. Please tell us where you're watching from and tag your friends and share this video. We want to use the hashtags Rise for Pratham and Giving Tuesday Now. Please continue to tag your friends so that they can join us. We have more than 130 people watching right now, and more people are coming every time you tag and share. So please tag as soon as you can. I'm your host, Sri Srinivasan, and I'm a social media consultant and professor at the Stony Brook School of Journalism. Working with Pratham has been a life highlight for me. Pratham is one of India's largest NGOs, and earlier this year, I got to travel to Pratham programs in Mumbai, Delhi, Lucknow, and Patna, and learn firsthand the magic that Pratham does for millions of children and youth every single day. Whenever we're able to travel again from the United States or anywhere else you're watching from abroad, I hope everyone will take a chance and an opportunity to make a similar visit to see the work on the ground. It is life-changing to see Pratham in person. Today, we can't go in person, so we are excited because we get to experience their work on the ground from the comfort of their homes. So now let me tell you about our three special guests who have joined us. I want you to see the card with the photographs of all of them. We're going to be joined in a minute by Annapurni Chandrasekhar, who is the Pratham Senior Program Manager at Pratham for Digital Innovations. Saveri Kulshresht is Pratham State Head in Assam in the city of Guwahati. And Smithin Brid is here. He's the Pratham Program Head for Early Childhood Education. Let's see them all. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. It's so nice to see you. We're actually going to 3 separate cities in India right now, and we're live in all of them. We hope everyone here has had a chance to share and tag the videos and making sure that everybody can join us. One of the traditions in Pratham is if you're with Smithin, who is joining us from Mumbai, is he has a very special way to get all the children to pay attention. So we're going to try that right now with people around the world. So let's get a close-up of Smithin and let's have him do this. Go ahead,
Okay.
Smithin.
Yeah. So it's very simple activity. Let's do 1, 2, shh. 1, 2, shh. 1, 2, shh. And 1, 2.
Why do you do that?
So it's an energizer, and whenever we work with the young children in the class, we want their attention, and it helps children to look at the teacher and pay attention. So it's a good beginning.
So I think I want to do that with my students as well who are in college. I think it'll work well for them too. You are the head of early childhood education. Pratham works with young people. So talk a little bit about the importance of the work you're doing to set the stage for their success the rest of their lives.
Yeah. So I think we all know that in Pratham we have been working with this area of early years since its inception, and so at Pratham we have been like we have a strong belief that if we build strong foundations at the early stage of the children's life, uh, it helps them to grow better and perform better in the further life. So it's important for lifelong learning and overall development of children. And from the other lens, if you see that we have been working on remedial education so far, and for last 15, 16 years, we have been chasing that, and we have been telling everybody that half of the India's children are unable to read and write. So for me, I think it's very important if we build a strong foundation before the children comes to a formal school, then this problem will not arise. So I think from that perspective, early childhood education and building strong foundation for school and education is important.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Smithin, for sharing that. We want everybody to see that we have three experts from three different parts of India who are with us at the moment. And we're so glad to have you all with us here. And what I want to do now is talk to each of you. But before we do that, we want to show everybody how you can support the work of Pratham in India. So we're going to show you the different ways in which you can make a donation very easily and support Pratham on the ground. So let's take a look at how you can do that. Please support us, especially our responsive innovation to sustain education RISE. And that's what the RISE campaign. Please go to prathamusa.link/rise for Pratham. prathamusa.link/rise for Pratham. The hashtag is Rise for Pratham. And also we're using Giving Tuesday now because this is a truly global initiative to raise funds for all kinds of organizations, and we're proud to be working with Giving Tuesday on this day. The lockdown in India due to the COVID-19 pandemic, of course, has resulted in a disruption of learning for children. And Pratham's nimbleness, I think, is really special. It's allowed you to pivot in Pratham and adapt quickly so that the organization can continue its mission of educating children. That's the most important thing we do. And so we want to hear a little bit about the challenges and the opportunities. Let me go to Annapurni. Please talk about how you're dealing with this. You're in Delhi right now, and tell us how you're dealing with it.
So, I mean, like the video mentioned, that most of our work is at the field. So we work in 21 states, and we have 11,000 villages, and we work on the field. And now, cut to post the coronavirus, we are all restricted to our homes, and the movement has paused, and schools have closed. So what we have done at Pratham is we've quickly pivoted to kind of adapt to this scenario and make the most of it. So what we've done is we are ensuring that engaging content reaches students through their parents in any kind of technological device. So you mentioned in the beginning that I do digital innovations and program management. What I actually do and what everybody is doing right now at Pratham is ensuring that technology lands safely and smoothly in the hands of children. So what we're doing is we are sending engaging WhatsApp messages, engaging SMS messages. We are creating radio content. We are working with governments and other partners to ensure that regional content in 11 languages reaches every child. And they have something to do every day, something to look forward to every day, because they're also confined to their houses and there's only so much they can do. So we are in a way relieving their stress every day by giving them something exciting to do. And the most surprising and exciting part for us is that we also get feedback. The children are sending us photos and projects that they are making every day for us to see and telling us what works and what doesn't on the ground.
That's so great to hear that. Let's look at some of the comments and where people are watching from. Please type in the platform you're watching where you're watching from. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. It's so exciting to see all this great connections globally happening right now. Yudhishthir is watching from Jharkhand. We have Braj is watching from Assam. We have somebody from Assam on our program. Sheetal Patel is watching from Houston, Texas. Hello, Houston. Samantha is watching. Hi. We also have Satish is watching from Aurangabad in Maharashtra. And here we have someone saying best organization in the world for Pratham. What a great endorsement. Thank you very much. Deepak says good evening. And, it's afternoon here, evening in India, and there's that connection we have. And it's so very special. Shashikant says hello for PC, VC, AP, and TS. And we have Yogi watching from Dallas. Prem Yadav is watching from Mumbai, one of the earliest employees of Pratham. And Vidya Sagar is watching from Chhattisgarh. So you get a sense, folks, we have a global conversation going on here. And we're so delighted to have this happen right now, and to thank you to each of you. So one of the things I'd like to do is to get a map so that we can see where exactly we are on this. So I'm just going to pull this off here. And so if you're looking at this, look, we are sitting in New York where I am, and we are looking at a map of India. And you can see 3 blue markers. And each of the markers tells you that we are in a different part of India. We're in New Delhi, where you just heard from Annapurni. You also heard from Smithin, who is in Mumbai, slightly to the south. And now we're going to go all the way to the northeastern part of India, to the city of Guwahati in Assam. And we're going to meet the state head of Pratham in Assam. And let's go to Saveri, who is with us. Hi, Saveri.
Hi everyone.
Great to see you. I have to say, for most Americans watching, or even most Indian Americans watching, this might be the first time they're interacting with someone directly in Guwahati. And that tells you something about how India is, right? There are parts of India that are remote, more remote from the more famous parts of India, maybe Mumbai and Delhi. And so it's great to have you here. And please tell us, what do you do as state head, and why is Pratham's work important when you're doing it in Assam?
So I think when we are at Pratham, we always say it's always quite difficult to describe what we are doing because there's so many things that all of us are doing. But if I was to summarize, basically, I oversee operations for Pratham in Assam. That includes planning of implementation strategies, reviewing work that is happening at the ground level, working on capacity building of teams on different areas such as content delivery, understanding data, and of course, interacting with external stakeholders, be it government or be it the donor. So that in the summary, that's what I do.
Thank you. And what are any special challenges or charms even of working in Guwahati versus working in other parts of India?
I think the fact that I get to visit the field very often, and one thing that stands out in Assam is the mother involvement. Whenever one goes to the field, one is always surprised to see the level to which mothers are involved in our community activities, the level to which they are taking ownership of conducting activities. So that is something that definitely stands out for Assam.
Thank you. And can you give us a little bit of an idea of the teams and volunteers? How are you adapting your work, Saveri?
So we've had to adapt our work quite a bit. As Anupurni also mentioned earlier, we were interacting directly with communities and with children. So it was almost overnight that we had to change our strategy, which meant that we also had to build the capacity of our team on using digital platforms and technology within a very short time. But what has stood out to us is the way our volunteers have reacted across the country. They are interested in using digital platforms, and they seem to be enjoying the activities that we are sending either via WhatsApp and SMS. And they're definitely enjoying this whole process of sending us back feedback on what they're doing.
So that's really great to hear. Let's take a look at some of the other comments coming in. Pandurang says, wash your hands. Thank you. I think that's very good advice. Vipul says, hello. Mahesh is watching from Karnataka. Manoj says, hello, everyone from Bihar. I had the chance to go to Bihar this time. First time in my life to be there and to experience the love and support that Pratham gets and gives to the people is really special. Let's look at Polash is watching from Assam. I know I see these smiles on everybody's face as you're seeing these names. You're getting a thumbs up from Vasant, and all of these people are coming in here. It's just great. Yogi says, I have met Smithin many times. He's evergreen, young and energetic. Annapurni, I have just met a week before the lockdown in Dallas, and I've not yet met Saveri. And this is that connection. Let me ask you, Smithin, to reflect on Yogi Bhai and everybody else you have interacted with for Pratham USA. How do you make that connection? What is the value that Pratham USA is bringing to the work you're doing?
So namaste, Yogi Bhai, and many others who are supporting and watching this show. I think you have a very special place in our hearts because you give us support without any condition, and because of that unconditional support, we are able to do many experiments, and we are able to try many things which generally people who are supporting the corporates and many other people who are supporting it in India uh, uh, don't allow to experiment. So I think the one big thing, and thank you for supporting that. And today, for example, we could start working with the communities, mothers, because in the pre-COVID period, we could develop many things because of your support. So I think those all kinds of resources that we have created so far, uh, we could do that because of this continuous support that we are getting from USA. So that's why you are special, and entire team who is behind all this is also an important place we have.
Thank you, Smithin. Sumit Arora is watching. Hi, Sumit. Thank you. Is there a way to access the repertoire of activities that you're sharing with children? What are some of the things you're doing? How are you keeping kids engaged? I know that I learned watching some of the activities being done by Pratham in India as good ideas for my neighbors to use with their young children. So we already saw Smithin's very good way of getting kids' attention. But would any of you like to give us some examples of activities to keep children engaged at this moment?
So, if I have to add the some of the examples, uh, lockdown was declared, and it was announced suddenly, so we could not prepare for for this period. So we started, first week we decided, okay, let's wait and see what happens. But within 1 week times, I think everybody in Pratham started remembering children in the community. So therefore, they started talking to the parents and communities through phone. And slowly, in weeks' time, we started sharing our video resources. Those we have created for last 2 3 years, and we got tremendous response from mothers, families, communities. And therefore, we then decided to plan a proper program where we start disseminating and giving proper videos and SMS content. And we started giving some examples, like one of my favorite activities that children have responded, the mothers have responded, that in one of the videos we showed that if a mother is talking to a child about a plant in a home, and explains the parts of the plants, and the name of the plant, and have some interaction about it. I think the responses that we have received from across country is huge. Like, so we have received many videos and photos from the community, counting of utensils at home. It's such a simple activity that our video demonstrated. So what I feel is that if we give a simple idea to a family member for engaging children in meaningful activities, which we have created in those videos. So I think that response is very interesting to see when you see the people are sending video back in the evening. So there are many things that I can share on that.
Thank you. Let's go to Annapurni with the same question. Tell us how you're engaging children directly, please.
So, like Smriti mentioned, as soon as the lockdown, we started this activity, and we are calling it Karuna Thodi Masti Thodi Padai, which is have a little fun and do a little learning. So we started sending WhatsApp messages in the beginning, and then SMS, and we started sending these messages one activity for fun. and one activity which was somewhere linked to some academic goals. So, and most of these were activities that children could do on their own, like take your mother's bangles and make a peacock out of it, or learn how to do hand washing, and or take some waste material and build a parachute. So these were just some activities to engage children during this time and bring a sense of normalcy back in their life. What we realized, however, was even the activities that we were not meaning to have them imitate, they were imitating and sending them back to us. For example, the hand washing activity, we sent a video saying this is how you wash your hands, and then we had children from across the country, from all different blocks and different parts of the different states, send us their videos back and said we tried it and we did it this way, which is great as a feedback mechanism. One of the things that I spend my daily life doing is spend about 2 hours just scrolling through my WhatsApp, because that's the amount of response that we're getting. We used to derive a lot of our purpose from going to the field and being there. Now we are deriving it from looking at all the pictures that our volunteers and parents are saying that we tried this activity, we felt this way, and this is our feedback.
Thank you. That's really cool to see. Satyajit says, if you work in Pratham, you never feel like you're doing the job for money. You feel you're here working for a good reason for society, and that's just amazing to see that. We have people right now watching in Nairobi, in Canada, Kenya and Canada, and of course in India and all over the United States. We're so glad to have you. Manuel is watching from Spain right now. How awesome is that? And they're all hearing about the wonderful work that is being done on the ground by Pratham. Let's remind everyone how you can support the work of Pratham. It's Giving Tuesday now. Look at this. Please support Pratham's RISE campaign. We call it Responsive Innovation to Sustain Education. prathamusa.link/rise for Pratham. prathamusa.link/rise for Pratham. Hashtag Rise for Pratham, Giving Tuesday now. Everyone, please make a donation. Every dollar helps and will keep Pratham the most engaging, and most innovative of India's very great number of very worthy NGOs and nonprofits. So we want to make sure we get some questions from the audience. We have many questions coming in, and we'll be looking at some of them for you right now. Animesh says, hello all. You're getting thumbs up from all over India. Here's that greeting from Spain. So it's so great to see all of this. Aurangabad Santosh says hello. And we're getting comments. Prem says, we're an important stage of behavior change in people across the world. What do you guys think? And what is your response to this? So let's go to Saveri first in Assam. Let's again show the map to show the broad range of people we're talking to right now. We have Mumbai, Delhi, and Assam, the city of Guwahati represented. So let's go to Saveri and ask her about how her behavior has changed. The people of Assam, what is changing?
So I mean, I think for people like us, we were so used to being in the field constantly. It's been a bit of a struggle to suddenly work from home all the time. But despite that, we are all staying connected. I think, as everyone in Pratham would know, we all try and stay connected with each other all the time. So now that is happening through digital platforms as opposed to in person. If I were to talk about communities in Assam, one does see that they have definitely become more aware of the present situation, and also the fact that they have to ensure the safety of their children. That is definitely a priority. But despite that, we see that community members want to do something for their children because they realize it's a very stressful situation now that children are at home. They realize children are also anxious about the current situation. So suddenly you also see that there is a definite increase in the number of community members that want to do activities with their children, that want to ensure that their children continue learning even in this environment.
Thank you. Neetu Madan says, humbled by your simplicity and hard work. Isn't that awesome to see these great comments coming in from all over the world as we talk to these three amazing staff members of Pratham, just a tiny representation of the entire organization. I want to ask each of you a little bit about your own work, and we're going to show some photographs of the work you're doing. So let's take a look at this picture. And so we're going to go first to Smithin. Smithin, talk about these photos. I'm sure you get emotional as you look at these kids. You are being socially distant, but you're being as connected as possible at the same time.
Yeah, thank you, Shri, for showing this because this is my one of my best and favorite photos. The left photo that you're seeing with where I'm in the picture with the children from Balwadi class, preschool class of India, Mumbai. We were having a very good fun in the class, and then at the end of the class, everybody wanted to have a photo, so we had this selfie photo at the end before they left for the home. And the right photo, if you see that, this is my team. There are few members missing in this photo, but this is the ECE team where they're representatives of all the states and locations where we are working across India.
So what a great leader you are. You can tell immediately that your team, 2 members are missing. I think that's terrific. And just to see the energy that they have there. Talk a little bit about your own journey. How did you end up with Pratham? What can people learn about working in the NGO sector in India? You could have gone on to any career you wanted, but you chose to work in EC, as they call it. EC meaning early childhood for Pratham.
So I joined Pratham in '96 as a volunteer when Pratham was in Mumbai, and we were having programs with the in school children. We started a program called Balsaki program, where the main idea was to work with the children who were lagging behind. So the community volunteer, Balsaki and Balsakhas, was supposed to support the children and help them to learn to read. So I joined that as a volunteer, and then I got a opportunity to become a trainer. Then I went to many places to spearhead Pratham chapter. I worked. I started programs in rural Maharashtra. Then I went to Madhya Pradesh. Then I went to Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh. So I've spent 15 plus years outside of Mumbai and established chapters everywhere. The main part that I realized after several years working everywhere, that if we build, as I told you earlier, that if we have a strong foundation, then the problem of non-reading children won't arise. So therefore, we thought that let us come back to our beginning and let us start investing into early childhood education. And then I started looking at the variety of programs and activities that our people were doing across country, from Delhi to Tamil Nadu and everywhere. So we started thinking of putting all the ideas together, and Balwadi was one of the first model where Pratham started its work. So in the period of last 6-7 years, we established more ideas and more programs around this Balwadi unit. So right now, for example, when we started Balwadi program long back, there were no government Anganwadi center, ICDS center across India, enough Anganwadi center. So today, government has almost everywhere, every village has that Anganwadi center. So we believe that investing into a center where uh, we already resources are being put. So we started supporting Anganwadis across country, and now as a result, you see, right now we are directly supporting more than 5-6 thousand Anganwadis, where we have created mothers groups around each Anganwadi, and these small mothers group are active. And today also those mothers groups and the mothers who are part of those groups are still active, and we are sending the messages and we are still connected. I think the connection between the idea, content, and the ground and mothers is very strong because we had started working with the community already. So I think that was a crucial part. And now today we see there are many governments, state governments have came forward and asked Pratham to support in building the Anganwadi programs across state and pre-primary classes in school. So we are supporting Himachal Pradesh, we are supporting Punjab, Delhi, Haryana, many such states where we are actually supporting the state to build this early childhood education foundation as strong. And if you see, this year's ASR was also very focused on early years, and that has given a uh, again a platform where people are inviting us to give some suggestions to build this strong foundation. So I think it's an opportunity, and today also in this lockdown period, I can see we could reconnect, in fact, to the communities and the mothers and the families in a short period of span. I think it's because of our people who are constantly working and meeting these people. So that's the strength of an organization, the people and the innovations of every stage. So I think
That's great. Here's a comment from Shrutika who says, working with Smithins is always fun and lots of learning. So
thank you,
that's
thank
great. I like seeing when your team members call you sir. It doesn't happen in America, as you know, Smithin. That is the system here. Parmal says, young organization, Pratham young leaders like you are thumbs up. And we are seeing comments coming in from all over India as well as all over America. We are getting such great feedback. Please continue to tell us where you're watching from. If you have questions for our team, please ask them. And we once again want to remind everyone that you can help support Pratham today on Giving Tuesday today. Giving Tuesday now, we call it. Pratham USA's Responsive Innovation to Sustain Education, or RISE campaign. prathamusa.link/rise for Pratham, hashtag rise for Pratham, and Giving Tuesday now these are the hashtags. So please support us. Please give us any donation will help make Pratham stronger at this very important time. Everything we know from research tells us that the children need our support more now than they ever did. And every dollar that you can give, if you're watching right now live or later, will make a difference in supporting Pratham and how they are able to have an impact. Let's look at some of the comments that have come in. Sandeep Varma says, I feel proud that even in this difficult time, we're working for children. And I know Saveri will be happy to see a comment from Assam. Proud to be part of the mission. I think that's great. Chirag says, happy to see you all. We have Sainath watching from Chhattisgarh. And Pratham USA is commenting throughout. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Do share the link. There's someone who is watching, who isn't watching right now, who will benefit from your tagging right now. Just tag them in the Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, and then they will be able to watch it later. Don't forget to make a donation, prathamusa.link/rise for Pratham. We have a lot of opportunities for us to succeed here, and we need you to help us and help these wonderful people. So let's look at another photograph, and then we'll get another story from the people who are doing the hard work on the ground. And this is a photo from Annapurni. She's going to tell us she is working on various digital and other innovations. And thank you, Annapurni. Tell us what we're looking at.
So these are pictures both from Uttar Pradesh. It's actually from Sitapur district. It's a district that I visit the most in Pratham. And the first photo where I'm trying to, you see my camera there. My passion is photography, and I was trying to make the girl laugh by making a funny face. And one of my colleagues clicked that picture. The second photo is actually from the first Zoom call that we had. We were doing a Zoom webinar with the gala here in Seattle. And we had done a live telecast from Sitapur. And this was us commemorating the event with a group photo.
And so tell us what you told the people about this photograph. Tell us about these children and why you work so hard for them, Annapurni.
So these children are from the hybrid learning program, which is Pratham's Digital Innovation Laboratory, where these are about 1,000 villages in Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, and Maharashtra, where children are given tablets in their hands. There are groups of children, about 10 children share a tablet, and there is content from all different domains like language, math, science to music, theater, fun. So we cover different domains, and the beautiful part of this campaign or this program is that they learn on their own. There's nobody teaching them. We actually tell our facilitators not to teach them at all. So these groups of children figure out a way to navigate the tablet, do the projects, watch the content, and give us feedback. The reason we are in the field most of the time is they're telling us, this works and this actually is really boring. So that's very powerful for us to get that feedback from children. The groups here are run by youth volunteers or by parents. Youth volunteers are really the backbone of the program because they are the coaches who mentor these children, and they help these children sit together. They take their assessments, but it's a self-organized learning environment. There's nobody telling them what to do, so it's a lot of independence and freedom where they feel they do whatever they feel like and choose from different courses and plan their day according to themselves and not according to a timetable. So
So
that's
that sounds really great. If you were I wish when I was a student, there was chances to just enjoy, and we were so much focus is just on, memorizing and things like that. Let's look at our goal, folks, just to remind everyone why we're here. In part is to, of course, tell you about the great work, but also to make sure the great work is recognized and we get your support. Our goal is to raise $100,000. We are more than halfway to that goal now. Here's your chance, folks. Any dollars that you can donate will make a difference. Please tag your friends. Please hit forward. Please hit share right now. I've already made my donation. Very easy to do. We're going to show you again where to go right now so that you can make that donation. It's very easy. Please support us. prathamusa.link/rise for Pratham. prathamusa.link/rise for Pratham. Hashtag rise for Pratham. Giving Tuesday now. Please make a donation. Please tag your friends. And we know this is a very tough time. If I can talk directly to our audience right now, I just want to say to you that this is a tough time for many people, even in the United States, even in North America, outside India, all over the world, it's a tough time. So we know that you may not be able to make a donation. Even if you cannot make a donation, you can help us. How? By tagging your friends, hitting forward, retweet, sharing, connecting. Tell them about the work of Pratham, and it's so easy to do. Look at all our channels. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Pratham USA, YouTube, prathamusa.link/YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube for India. Look at the work we're doing. Look at the stories we're gathering. Look at the stories we're telling every single day on these platforms. It makes a difference. So please make a donation. We will greatly, greatly appreciate it. We only have a little bit of time left, so let's go back to our team, and we have one more photograph to show you from the ground, and this is for Saveri, who is our state head in Assam. Let's get her thoughts on these photographs.
So both these photos are from my field visits to different districts in Assam. The photo on the left is basically when we had arranged a visit for some external stakeholders. But what is interesting about that village is that mothers every day, about 25 to 30 mothers, gather all the children in the community and ensure that they come together and they study or do fun activities, and it is mothers who are facilitating this process and mothers who are teaching their children. Right now, because they definitely cannot come together, they still continue to call us and ask us what new activities can we do. They are taking an interest in our activities, and they're also taking an interest in designing activities on their own for their children. And responses like this, when they come from the field, they definitely further motivate us to strengthen our bond with the communities and children.
And that really makes a difference, doesn't it, in the work that you're doing?
Absolutely. I think it continues to motivate us, our field teams, and that is what we are here for. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us about your own work. How did you end up at Pratham? Why did you end up at Pratham? And what motivates you every day?
So I had joined Pratham in 2015. Prior to that, I was working in the development sector, but I was always keen to join Pratham because I'd heard so much about their work. So it was definitely it was definitely like a dream come true once I joined Pratham. Earlier, I was working in the program management team in Delhi, but I had a keen interest in implementation, and I got an opportunity to move to Assam for a project that is being implemented currently. That's my journey in Pratham so far.
Look at this comment. Vasant says Saveri is super powerful. Oh my goodness. That is very strong response. I like that a lot. Manoj says, hello. Everybody's watching. Everyone is sharing. It's just so great to see this level of engagement. Let me ask Annapurni, as a digital person, what do you make of us using this kind of technology, connecting with the world, connecting in India, all of this happening at the same time?
It couldn't have, I mean, we should have done this earlier. We are making the most of the opportunity right now. About connecting like this, I'm usually on the other side, connecting the Zoom calls. But connecting with children, it's an opportunity to work together and to collaborate with as many people as possible. Right now, Pratham is collaborating with about 150 NGOs and non and private organizations who want this content, who want these messages to reach their children. They may or may not be an education NGO. We have collectives of women weavers, or we have collectives of farmers who are taking content from Pratham on WhatsApp and on SMS to reach their children. We are working with governments directly, and I think governments are also realizing that this is the time to work collaboratively and to help adapt to technology. So we are helping them based on what is available. If smartphones are available, we're working with them on WhatsApp campaigns. If smartphones are not available, which is the condition in most parts of rural India right now, then we're working to get SMS delivered in regular phones. We are working with governments to ensure radio and TV can run and we can send educational content out in their language for those children. So this is an opportunity. Technology is actually bringing together a layer of opportunity to collaborate and to work across domains and to help engagement reach children.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for that. Look at this comment from Bhoj Raj says, Pratham, Pratham, Pratham. I love seeing that. Look at this level of engagement. Look at these comments. Folks, we've got 333 reactions of thumbs up and hearts. We can get more than that. You haven't connected with us yet. Please do. Please, let's show you one more time how you can donate, how you can follow us first. That's most important, that you can follow us, connect with us. Check out our websites, of course, but follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, Pratham USA, YouTube, prathamusa.link/YouTube. So you get to the right place. And on Facebook, look at all these great Facebook options for India as well that you can do. And please support us, Pratham USA's Rise campaign. Let's all rise together as we help young people in India and children of India through Pratham and Pratham USA. This is the link, prathamusa.link/rise for Pratham. And then go to use the hashtag Rise for Pratham and Giving Tuesday now. We're just so honored that you would spend this time with us, continuing to engage with us, connect with us. We are connecting, as you can see, across the planet right now. And we have people coming from all over. Amia says, it's very difficult to work in Assam, but Pratham can do impossible works. Proud of you, Pratham. And people are saying hello and connecting. And we are seeing here, Peace Angel Cowan is watching from Houston, Texas. Thank you for sharing your stories. Lovely comment there. So everybody who's watching, we want to hear your comments and love hearing from the Pratham team. Thank you for all you do to help children in India get access to better education. Great to see you adapting during COVID. Keep up the good work. One of the things that I can tell you all is that I do a lot of work with NGOs and nonprofits in various countries, and Pratham's work is world-class. And it's easy to have great work when times are good, right? The hard part is doing great work when times are turbulent and we're facing issues, and we're facing them now, but we're going to come together because of everybody's support, of people like these wonderful folks who are watching. I'm going to give each of them a chance to give us a final thought, something that they would like to leave us with as we say thank you to them. Thank you to our viewers, and we want to continue to see you support and engage with us. And please tag your friends right now. Even though we're almost at the end of the conversation, we will be able to make sure they can watch these videos after the show is over, and they will watch it. So let's go first to Saveri in Assam, because I hear you are really powerful. So we're going to go to you to hear your comments and tell us some final thoughts for now.
No, I think I would just like to take this opportunity to thank all the well-wishers of Pratham for constantly supporting us. And as you mentioned rightly, we need everybody's support more than ever right now to continue strengthening our bonds with communities and children. So please continue supporting us, and of course, continue going through our social media to see the work we are doing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Purushottam asks, what is the thing that keeps us bonding as family and motivates to work in mission mode on Pratham? What is your answer for that? I'll ask each of them that question. Thank you, Purushottam, for the question.
I think it's just the fact that we are so connected with each other. I don't think there is a single day when we all are not talking to each other or we don't know what we are doing. This constant connection or us almost looking at each other as family is what keeps us going. And we get motivated seeing each other's work.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for being with us. We're so grateful, Saveri, that you could be here. That, folks, is Saveri, who is the Assam state head for Pratham. Thank you very much. Great to see you. Let's now move to Smithin, who is going to answer the same question. What is the thing that keeps us bonded? And I also want to point out that there is a little bit of criticism that has come in. Vasant says that every year children move on from one standard to another class. You're still stuck in ECE, in preschool for childhood development. This is a major problem, I think.
I think I'm building my foundation strong enough so that I can survive for longer period. So
25 years, right?
Yeah, I am happy to be in a childhood. Okay, so thank you, Vasant. I take it as a compliment, not as a criticism. The motivation part that you have asked, I think our goal is same. Our goal is one. So therefore, I think we all are together. Sri, I want to tell you about, we spoke to all 6,000 people who are Pratham staff in last 1 week in small different groups Zoom call. Everywhere people on those calls have said very clearly that we will be with Pratham no matter what happens in the situation. So it's a big belief and strong trust of people have in the work that we all are doing. So I think it's a great power that people of Pratham gives everybody, and the children from the communities gives us the power and passion.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And Vijay Lakshmi says, wonderful job done by Pratham to build a strong and wonderful future. Our guest right now that you're seeing on the screen is Smithin Brid, who heads our early childhood programs. And Smithin, I've asked you this when I met you because I know many people are curious. Tell us about your last name. Where does it come from?
Oh, I'm Marathi family. I'm from Marathi family, so it's Breed is a surname. It has a meaning in Marathi that it's a goal. So it means that the goal of the life. So
wow.
Yeah.
That's great, and you're the perfect person for that. So let's go now to Annapurni, who is going to give us her thoughts and also that question about motivation, please.
Yeah, so I think the answer to that question was in the question. We are a very large family. We have about 7,000 people on the ground across different states. And we are all working towards a common mission and a common goal to ensure that every child is learning. And for that, we are all working so that it's that mission and it's the feeling of family, because we have a very large family and we understand, but we also constantly communicate and we cherish our bonds. So we're all working together and it's a sense of togetherness. Even in these difficult times, we know that we're all in it for a long run and we're all in it together. And it's that what drives us. That's what inspires us to wake up every morning and to send that message or to call each and every parent in the community to ensure that they're connected, they're safe, and they're healthy.
Here's a comment that has just come in from Pushpanjali. Says, how will we help our children in this COVID situation? Over the last hour, we have talked about many different ideas. Is there one idea that you want everybody to hear, no matter what kind of financial situation they're in, that they can do for their children right now?
So they can engage with their children, they can talk to the children. One of the really powerful ideas that we're doing is we are sending out SMSs. So all the really, inspired content experts in Pratham are scratching their brain to ensure that all the content or learning content can fit in that 160 character and that 167 character SMS so that it reaches every child. And I find that as a very powerful thought, because what we are essentially doing is that message reaches the parent and we are essentially activating a conversation between the parent and the child. And just that conversation every day, with excitement and with energy, doing that with your child can be so engaging for the child and so empowering. So I think that's what the powerful thing that everybody can do with their children, right?
Thank you. And that our guest has been Annapurni Chandrasekhar, who is manager among many things of also digital innovations. And so great to have you here. Let's look at once again at the entire group. And we also want to pull up the map one more time so that people can see the magic of technology. I'm sitting in New York and I'm watching a conversation and talking to Smithin in Mumbai, talking to Annapurni in Delhi, and talking to Saveri in northeastern India in Assam. Isn't that amazing? And while all of this is going on, Praveen has come in to say, wash hands, wash hands, wash hands. You got this. I like that. Many people are doing that. Yogi Patel is watching here in the US and says, Pratham family is great because of the parents and elders, Madhav sir, Rukmini ma'am, Farida ma'am, Usha Tai, and others. And I can tell you that I had an incredible opportunity this year to spend time with Pratham, not just in India, as you heard me describe at the beginning of the show, but I also got to go and watch as Abhijit Banerjee and Esther Duflo, who won the Nobel Prize in Economics, talk in Stockholm at the Nobel lecture about the incredible work of Pratham. That tells you that the research that they did, for which they were recognized, a lot of that work was based on the work of Pratham, and they are so grateful for the way that Pratham embraced them and embraced transparency, research, hard numbers. That's what's really important, and that's what makes Pratham so successful at this time. But we do need your help. There are lots of videos that you can take a look at. Please connect with us. Let's give you one more chance, a chance to support us. Make a donation right now, or if you're watching this on record, even right now is good then too. Pratham USA's responsive innovation to sustain education, RISE campaign, prathamusa.link/rise for Pratham. And the hashtag is Rise for Pratham and Giving Tuesday Now. Let's make sure that all of you are also following us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pratham USA, and YouTube, prathamusa.link/YouTube. And look at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all of these opportunities for you to support and join us. We just got another $150 donation. We're so grateful for that. Please make a donation. It makes a difference in what we do. So with that, we want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of the family. Let's remind you to follow Pratham India and Pratham USA on social media. You'll get to see some great updates from the grounds and stories from youth and children who are benefiting from Pratham's work. And here is that link again. If you'd like to make a one-time or monthly donation, from now until Mother's Day, May 10th, your impact could be doubled, as donations will be matched thanks to our long-term supporters, Komal and Ketu Amin from Chicago, and Himakshi and Manish Desai from Dallas, who generously offered to support the RISE initiative. And you can make a monthly donation if you prefer. And all of this will be matched for the first 12 months. How generous is that? Let's show them one more time. Double your impact right now, folks. Double your impact with the RISE campaign, prathamusa.link/rise for Pratham. Please make a donation for Giving Tuesday today. Your inboxes are flooded with requests, but you saw firsthand how amazing work we're doing among almost 24 states that we work with in India. But Pratham is on the ground and helping people right now. Please support Pratham. We will double your money through the generous donations of Komal and Ketu Amin from Chicago and Himakshi and Manish Desai from Dallas. We're grateful to you for your support. Now, all of us need to double our donations. I made a modest donation, and that's been doubled as well. So everyone, please do this. Please support Pratham right now. Thank you again. Please stay safe and healthy. We look forward to seeing you again soon for more Pratham Voices from the Ground. I want to thank again Saveri, Annapurni, and Smithin. You guys rock. We are so grateful to all of you, and we look forward to seeing you in India when we can come and see the incredible work you're doing. Vijay Lakshmi says, thank you all for a wonderful and enlightening discussion. Vinita thanks Himakshi and Manish Desai. Just great to see all these connections. And thank you so much, says Nilesh. That's all we have to say. We want to once again Thank everybody for being here, for being part of the Pratham family, and we will see you again on another show. Thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.